It's the IMO pod with 3 young kings, Sukali, DT and Uzi on this. In my opinion, we're the pod of the year. We mix the banter with the edutainment. Sukali, you know, be the girl them sugar. Don't talk DT, designate driver. Tumichi Susa, Uzi takes it too far. You never know how far you can go if you don't try. We and them boys, we're not cohesive. Money.
Because they were even saying like, oh, imagine like they, but that's the thing as well.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They spoke about the siblings missing the funeral, but again, as you guys are saying, the parents are very sneaky because the mum changed the funeral time.
Exactly my point, right?
And I think that this is where the problem also comes. Like with men, the women you marry are very important to building a home. Do you know what I mean? Because a good woman, even if you as a man, you're the one that's, because men in general are not really family orientated, if that makes sense. But if a woman moves into a home and a man already has a family, you're the one that's supposed to unite the families together because your children and his children are blood.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not, that's going to be their blood.
And you found them there.
That's another thing.
I don't know, but the thing is, though, it also makes sense because the dad apparently, because guys, I'm on the last episode. The dad apparently stole the company from the mum.
The first
wife. And which is why it's like if the current kids knew that, their outlook would have been different. Because they didn't know that, and I feel like the mum knows.
No, but the kids did know now.
No, now they know. But originally, I'm talking about like
from the jump
when they were playing the video of the will. Nobody knew Wagwan at that time. It was mad at that time. It was mad.
That name is a sick name though.
What?
The
Richardson.
No, the
Fair and Glory.
I don't understand how we listen. This show is so sick. And he has so much twists and turns into it.
Who's your favorite character?
I like what's his name? The brother.
Which one?
Gus.
Yeah, from the US. The one from the US, the brother.
Because he just said how it is.
Bro, I like him so much because he's just on the outside like, yo, I'm just here for this ride. Like,
his name's Romeo, isn't it?
What's his name? I can't remember his name. It's killing me now. I can't remember his name. But he's my favorite character because that's like the position I like to sit in most situations because he doesn't get too involved in, and you can kind of tell he's got his own kind of life going on.
Yeah.
And
okay, you like Simon. Simon. Yeah.
Right, I like his kind of position because he's not in the rah. Especially when the mom went and sat with him and tried to manipulate him. Like, I've been on this rodeo before.
It's not my first rodeo.
It's not my first rodeo.
My favorite is Alicia.
Yeah, Alicia's my favorite.
Yeah, I just love the way she's a go-getter, and it's like in the beginning when she was doing her makeup thing, I was like, look at this type of spoiled child.
Yeah.
Her dad's rich, so she can do influencing. Then we find out, oh no, she paid off her mortgage. She's got this. She did investment. I was like, I judged the book by its cover.
Yeah, and out of all of them, she has no qualifications as well, weirdly enough. Yeah. And she is dyslexic as well.
Yeah.
And I think for her to be able to just pioneer and do all these things. But you know what? I also like the dynamic her and Nina have. Like you can see, though they don't have a relationship, Nina is still a big sister because she's like, sis, take up the space.
Take up the space.
That was such
like, you know what you lot were talking to, there's a point you lot were speaking to earlier on where she had a foresight of, you know what? Looking at everything, she's the one that's got the brains to actually run this thing. So you know what?
She's running a business as well.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna let you. So I'm gonna take my feelings and emotions, whatever the way everyone is acting. I'm gonna take that out of this
and then give you
like, yo.
That's why I always say,
like
don't choose your emotions. Who's your favorite character?
It's probably Nina and Alicia, you know.
Nina. It's funny how we're very female oriented.
But you got to remember, someone like Alicia, she's
I know
dyslexic as well.
Yeah.
You know when you have like a certain like you have to work harder, kind of thing. I'm not the same. Like I have to put in more work to get more out of.
Which one is the one with the boy that had a white boyfriend? That guy was a waste man.
Wanda. But wait, before we get to Wanda, I do want to talk to Wanda. But I just want to touch on the dyslexic thing. I feel also. It seems like her dad, and this is just me assuming, didn't really put her in the company like that because of her dyslexia. She kind of put her aside.
And her gender.
And her gender. And I just feel like as Africans, we do that a lot. Like when children have like dyslexia or autism or whatever, it's almost like we want to pray it away. We don't believe
we want to pray it away.
Like we don't actually give them the tools they need to be able to, excel to with the condition.
But this is what I think with that, on that point is because a lot of parents don't take the time to understand what the child is actually dealing with.
What
I'm saying. If you take time to understand, then you know
how to do.
Because they'll just say it's witchcraft or, you know,
somebody in the village. It was, I had an argument with your auntie during pregnancy.
That's why
they've demonized this.
That's why you're dyslexic.
They've removed the family away completely from this poor.
Only it's just an argument.
Do you know another thing when you think about the dad's dynamic with Alicia, and even the fact that I think the dad did have some form of sexism. And the reason why I say that is because think about it. You have a daughter who was basically, let's say, next in line because she's the oldest. But then you move her away and then you go to your son. And even with the business idea, it was originally the wife's idea. So you take her out of the way and you as a man, you then stand in the gap. There's something around that as well.
I think, do you know what? I think he messed up at the start. And I felt like on the way out, he tried to correct it. He tried to make amends.
Which is fair enough.
I feel like that's what it was, because a lot of them didn't understand why he made the decision he made, apart from Alicia. I mean, what's it, the main girl? Nina. Apart from Nina, she understood. She remember they had that conversation. And what I liked about, and then like from all the kids, for him to pick her, even knowing that they didn't even have that relationship, but there's something he saw in her. That
and he was reading on her. Remember, he was doing research.
Exactly. So like he knew that, you know what, this one here will be the one to want to investigate, get to the bottom of this situation. She's not like the other ones. The other ones are easily sold and wherever it is. Oh, give me the company. That's all I care about. But this one here might actually go the distance to unravel, because there was a lot going on.
And the others also listen to their mum. Nina actually doesn't. She stands her ground and does what she. Because her mum was telling her to come home. She said no. And
that's
another thing as well that I think is also very important to understand is that if you guys realize, a lot of them didn't like their dad. They all thought that their dad was a bad guy. But you also often see a lot, like on the series, them taking Nina back to her childhood with her dad, and there's moments you can see her dad
really.
So I think because back then the dad had that time to teach Nina these things, he could trust. And going back to what I was saying, like,
that's true.
If you know you've trained your child right, you're not afraid to allow them to stand in certain positions.
That's a good point. That's why he picked her. That's
even
why
the swimming. Remember when they were swimming?
With
she didn't believe in herself.
The marble.
And he kept saying, no, keep going. And he pushed her. He pushed her. Yeah, she does. She does. And then that goes back to that goes back to the
Nina will do hot one with a man.
And then get up, pack your bag and leave.
I just go home.
But why men do it too?
Yo, no, what's wrong?
Am I wrong?
Shut your mouth, man. Look at this guy.
Men also enjoy.
Listen, it goes back to the point you was making earlier on, though, in terms of like when you have like a career-driven woman, like where just focused on
career,
getting there, and
other
now
things.
Other things suffer, and
because
now
she's over enjoying in the gym.
Because all she decides to do now is I'm just gonna do one night.
I think she also had an issue with men because of her dad as well.
Daddy
issues.
Daddy issues. I think because they're very prominent in her, even with Rashidi.
The guy she was
Rashid. You can see, because even when she approached him in the gym, like she came on such a defense.
Do you know what I mean?
And she was like she felt like Rashid was already like betraying her. Like you can see she has severe daddy issues. She doesn't like attachment or commitment. Even when she was on the phone and she thought something went bad, she couldn't even communicate that with Rashid in the bedroom.
How do you overcome daddy issues, real quick?
It takes healing, and I think it's first because remember she said to the white guy, who was the white guy. The executor.
The lawyer.
Gideon. She said to Gideon, my dad called me, but I thought there'll be years for me to get answers. Does that make sense? So daddy issues, I think you heal from daddy issues once you first of all understand that sometimes the answers you get are never going to be what you want to hear, but choosing to heal. Do you get what I mean? And allowing yourself to forgive yourself for what happened to you, because daddy issues are literally girls, because it's normally girl issue. All genders have it, but you inflict what was done to you to yourself. Does that make sense? So a lot of girls self-sabotage, but it's forgiving yourself for what was done to you, even though
you weren't
the person that did to yourself.
Because another question I want to ask you, so like on this daddy issue situation, does it? Because to me it seems like it cuts deep, because you're looking. Remember we went at the funeral, like they were like talking about. They didn't want to go.
Yeah,
like it was that mad. Like they did not want to go. Like what? Like.
And that's what I'm saying. Like even when she found out and that's why when she found out that her dad was dying, it hit her. Like she was like, "Oh crap!" Because people with daddy issues, they don't like attachment because they don't want to be hurt. Because you can literally see even when her dad was encouraging her to go swimming, she was very happy. So I think that disconnect really damaged her to the point where she didn't want to connect again. And when the woman told her your dad had been dying, I think you see her like going to art shock, because for all this time, she's been trying to disconnect, and that's something that she connected to. And you see that with men as well. That's why men go from one woman to another, to another, to another, to another.
Carly,
Same thing, men struggle with attachment issues because they never attached to a man who could show them what true love actually is. Because as men, you guys also need a father's love as much as us women need it. Us women,
when I'm telling you lot that
do you guys think you have daddy issues?
For first love, no?
Do you guys have daddy issues? I don't think a daughter is a father's first love, but he shows you how you should be loved. He says
that's what that is. That is what they're saying. That's essentially that's what that saying is about.
Yeah.
That's literally what it epitomized, which is like, yo, that's the first thing. So like, okay, this is what it is. And when you're talking about that disconnect, that shock, nobody else, no other man is able to be there for her. Like, she wouldn't even allow that to even happen.
Yeah. I think a father's love is the standard, and it's the thing. If my dad didn't love me, why would you that doesn't know me love me?
Love me, exactly.
It's a standard. Like it's a standard that you start on, but it's not the standard.
It's the first.
But
so do we really get daddy issues?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think
we have mommy issues. No?
I think with guys, we act it out more in an anger way. Like
I definitely have daddy issues.
But his one is a bit. Talk about that one.
I haven't really thought about it deep enough to have an opinion, but I know that because of the disconnect me and my dad had, it made me very anti-authority. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like if me and him had a proper connection, maybe a lot of the silly decisions I've made because I didn't want to go and get advice from somebody older than me, I wouldn't have made them. Do you understand? I feel like men need positive male role models, and I didn't really have that growing up.
But this is what I'm saying, I feel like... I'm telling you, I'm someone that grew up with my dad,
But can I say something before you say that? A father that's present doesn't mean that someone is, like, a father can be present and absent at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, I would say, like you're saying, I had my dad in my life, for a long time, like till I can, like, teenage adult. But like you're saying, I don't go to my dad for decisions, like. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't really go to advice.
Who was you going to?
It's just
time growing
But that's an example of a present absent father there.
Yeah, because, and I think one thing with that is, what I realize with life, because these are things that I'm experiencing as well, I feel like people only respect someone they think is doing well or is achieving things.
Where do you think that comes from, though?
I don't
want to say it's...
I won't say it's that, people can only respect when they see, all right, cool. I'll give you a prime example, because we can have this conversation, My brother would rather go to him for advice than me. No. It's a rule. I'm hitting it, and I know what it is. I told him the other day, I said, bro, I'm happy that I've put somebody in your life that you can go to make right decisions if I can't fill that gap. You understand? So this is the thing with me, like I was saying, I will not like that. Yo, why is he going to him? He's my blood brother. Those doesn't bother me. Yeah. As long as you can go somewhere to get a decision.
Good advice.
You need to... But again, it's going back to that point of... Because he's seen him make certain decisions that he knows, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So that's why you go to someone for advice kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? But if, like, my dad was... but obviously he didn't have much. He didn't have the tools to have certain knowledge. And the thing with my dad that I kind of realized, like, he's not someone that's, what's that word? He's very much to himself. But I feel like that comes from a place of what he grew up seeing. A lot of negative. So you learn to just, like, keep to yourself. And what happens with that, it can be damaging sometimes, because when you keep to yourself, you don't get the help you need sometimes, or you're not connected to people that can show you a different...
And now you're having your kids, you can't transfer...
And I understand that. So that's the thing. I feel like before people judge, you need to take time to understand, okay, cool, why is my dad like this? Why did he come from...
Have you always understood that, though?
That's the same thing as the
Not always. It took... As you go older, you start to realize. That's why, however way, like, my life might have turned out, I stopped saying, because everybody's had different experiences. Do you know what I mean?
But you see that, like, going, even like your dad, for example, that's the same as even in Riches, where the guy is dying and he doesn't tell none of his family that.
Exactly.
And people are saying, oh, he changed, he became very secretive, and it's like everyone else is angry, but they don't know the guy is actually suffering and dying in silence. And I think even going back to even just us, a lot of our parents, that was it growing up. Like, we felt like our parents weren't there, always work, but we didn't know that they were working just to bring food to our table. But that being said, it's also still important to understand, though our parents were working to provide and to put food on our table, we were still children and we still needed them in the same capacity.
It's like it's both sides.
You gotta give something and something suffers.
There's pain on both
sides. Just give grace.
When you say yes to one thing, you say no to another thing. So when they're saying yes to work, you're saying no to your children. Emotional support. And even with
it's
him,
hard.
I think he was saying yes. I think from one thing I can see so far in the show, I think he was trying to protect his family from, like, I don't know, I feel
outside,
like from shock. So it's like,
which you would see when you watch the last episode.
So I think as he was saying, like, so as he was being secretive, you know, keeping things to himself about his health and stuff, his family was seeing the repercussions of it because he wasn't connected to his family. He was always in the office and always to himself and never saying anything.
Yeah.
So
one thing I just wanted to add on top of that as well. I think again with, like, when you're looking at Riches, right, you look at the family dynamic, where I feel also like in a parent, right, in that hustle and grind to try and put food on the table, I think you also get to a point where you have to make a decision, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then they choose that, you know what, money, wealth would solve all the other problems.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be there because if I be there, then we don't have the wealth. So you know what? This will solve that problem. And then what then tends to happen is that now the wealth has come. However, the family is pretty much now disconnected from you. So they don't even have any feelings or tools. Like, people like that, and I feel so bad because it's like, you think about it, nobody checks up on how you're doing. Everybody only comes to you for what they need from you. But you also have to understand that the decision you made is what's created that environment there. And it's tough though.
So what I want to touch on quickly was, should you be telling your partner secrets about your family? Because as we can see in Riches, Wanda was over talking her family secrets to her partner, and then he then went and sold those secrets to the press.
Yeah.
So do you pillow talk with your partner about your family?
I think I would say yes.
Yes. Okay.
I would say yes, because that is gonna soon be my family. Do you get what I mean? Like, and I think it was like that was.
Were they married?
No, they
weren't married.
No, but obviously, like, in my head, like, she's dating, thinking that this is her future spouse. Do you get what I mean? So when I say partner, I'm talking about like your someone that you see as your fiance or something. Like, yes. Do you get what I mean? Because if my family, because I feel like if you're entering into a dynamic, I think you should also be kind of, I'm not saying the whole family secrets, but you should kind of know in and out, like, okay, like, my family, there's this and this going on. I don't know if you get what I mean, but not in depth. Like, I don't think that guy had been around for some time.
I hear it, but my worry of sharing family secrets is it makes people get over familiar. So, you know, let's say me and you are brother and sister,
Yeah.
and you did a madness to me.
Yeah.
I'll probably eventually forgive you. But if I tell my partner the madness you did to me, she might struggle to forgive you, even when she's in your presence.
And then you said the cookouts. Man is looking at man, the
vibe is different. That's why I always avoid telling partners.
I think once you become like husband and wives, then I think at that point you can.
Even then, it's still techie.
No, but here's my problem to that. Yeah, let me tell you something. Yeah, what I realize is, then you need to look at the woman you're with.
That's what I was about to say.
She is a problem.
You're speaking like you're my best
friend.
She is
a severe problem. You know why? When you start to understand that siblings fight. Yeah. Siblings have, like, you know, today you two have had a madness, tomorrow you're forgiving each other.
100%,
you move on. So I need to be able, and especially if I'm somebody that is family orientated, I would understand that concept. You understand? That was between both of them. They're siblings. At the end of the day, I still
fair enough.
But I'm not going to look at that sibling through whatever I've been told. It's not, do you know what I'm saying to you? But if you have a woman that's did it, then she is a problem. She wants you for herself.
Why not?
Not for you.
No, I 100%. I think your partner should be your best friend. Like, if my sibling has pissed me off, because I'm thinking of it of like, we're gonna be married. Let's say we are engaged, or do you know people that live together? Like, I should be able to come home and be like, you know what, this person did this and this to me, and you should even be able to give me sound counsel. Do you get what I mean? Because sometimes even your partner is supposed to be like, you know what, forgive. You were the one in the wrong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
facts.
it's all about who you marry, and that's what I'm saying. Wanda should have known her boyfriend, her partner better, but she saw the red flags when he came to an event and you're promoting yourself, and she's telling him you're supposed to be here to support me. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So things like that, like if your partner is a good partner, yes.
But then sometimes you can't always, and I think that's where Sukali's kind of have a bit of a point in it, because sometimes when you're in it, you don't see these red flags.
Yeah,
so
it just comes out.
you're never sure, because I don't think anyone that's sure that, hey, my partner is A1, why would you not share that secret with them? I think the issue is not knowing.
But when you get with someone that is about family, you can see that by the way they move and the way
But they're together clearly. So
I know. But I'm saying
mean?
you should, if the partner is.
But he was he kept saying some funny things, that even things like he said black diversity, blah blah. Like he was a bit funny. He was very
remember,
cheeky.
we are on the outside looking in, so we can see these things. But when she's in it, all these
weak in the knees.
Weak in the knees.
Yeah, but
and ruin to destruction.
Was she wrong to get his movie cancelled?
Nope.
Oh, I didn't know about that, but no.
Oh,
of course not. Oh, you're
I
spoiling
didn't.
already.
No, but it's okay.
You started to spoil.
That's not a major
what
spoiler.
episode was that on?
I thought it was episode 5, where she found out he's the one that sold the secret.
Yeah,
that's in episode 4.
Oh,
I'm on episode 5 now.
Yeah.
Okay, so to get him back.
100%.
Got it cancelled, boy.
Oh.
100%. And she was right for that, because
100%.
he hit her in a very bad place. Like
he did.
that was family business, and she loved her dad.
She did.
She loved her dad, and she loved the family business. And she went against her own family. Just for that. He was wrong for that.
Yeah.
Talking about her dad, or should I say quote unquote, have you got that far yet?
No.
I even forgot about that.
No, guys, stop. Okay. Clearly, I now it's not her dad, because her mom was a bit of a whore anyway.
Oh, first of all, it's not definite, but it's alleged. There's some.
It's bro, it's definite, bro.
Nah.
She's not pushing enough from that guy, bro. That's not the dad.
What I wanted to ask was he wrong? If it's true that the dad is not what's her name?
I
Wanda's
feel
dad.
so bad for her, you know.
Is the dad wrong for not telling her? The parents for not telling her that
the dad isn't wrong, but the mum is.
Oh, why? Why is it on the mum to tell?
Oh, yeah, no. Speak on that. No, speak on that. Speak on that.
Because you need to remember, the dad didn't impregnate the mum. Someone else did. So it was between the mum and whoever did their business. So now that I've had you, I'm the one who has to tell you who your dad is. Does that make sense? Because more time, again, it wasn't him. It's not me.
He stood there. He
stood in.
But if anything, exactly, he stood in, because imagine now isn't that what they call a bastard child?
Bastard.
Yeah, I mean,
No, bastard if you don't know your father.
Yeah, she don't know her father.
But she don't know her father.
Remember, she don't know her father, bro.
Bastard is a
She
strong
even
word,
still
you
don't
know.
even know. No, but that is what they
that's
call
a fact.
it.
That's what they
That
call
is a
it.
fact. That's
So
what they
I
call
feel like
it,
if
bro.
anything, and that's why I think maybe it's good she loved him so much, because he stood in, and it's like he could
stood in,
have.
bro.
A lot of men would be like, "You're not my child." Treat her with
But
discontempt.
did he even know that?
Yeah, he knew.
No, he knew, bro. He knew. But he's one of the, and that's why I'm saying, that's why I agree with you.
He still left the stuff, like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, man.
The mum in general.
That mom,
But my
women
question
like
then,
that, bro. Yeah.
If
They
you've
drive me
grown up in that
crazy.
environment where your mum and another guy's taken from birth, taking you as his daughter, do you need to know your dad? Does Wanda need to know?
Yes, I feel that out of respect.
Okay.
But I think if it came from the dad, I promise you, should have felt rejection. Imagine you thought your dad was not your dad. He comes and tells you, "I'm not your father."
He's told me that, by the way, so I know how the.
Okay, but he was saying it to him. So imagine that's actually your dad saying it to you. But if it's a man that's actually not your dad saying it to you, you actually think like,
Why are you telling me even?
This is like you trying to tell me that I'm not connected to you. So that was the mother's job.
No, you're right on that one, man.
Okay.
I'm not even arguing.
So
on
let's
that one.
speaking on the mother then, being a promiscuous being.
Yeah.
So in one of the scenes, we see that the family obviously talk about the dad, innit? And how he had bare penthouses where he used to go and have his flings.
have his
But when they found out the mum had a fling with Gus, all hell broke loose. It's almost like they were judging her, but then almost saying the dad one is justified because he's a man. Why do we do that? Is that fair?
No, but I feel like with the dad, yeah. Remember we were talking about earlier on where the family don't really like the dad already. Anyways, I feel like him. You know, like when you already know that this one here is a scumbag.
We don't
already.
expect that from
We
them.
don't. You know what I mean? But like this is your mom. Do you know, to them they looked at her. She's the one that held the family together. She's meant to be this perfect been, and then what?
We find out that you've been sleeping with
what?
Gus.
And I feel like it's the shock of that. You know what I mean?
Young as well.
And he's
And
young.
I was about to say that.
But men get young girls all the time.
Okay.
Bro, this guy, man.
What if your
brother.
parents sleeping with someone you don't know, and your parents sleeping with someone you know
That you
that's
work with.
in your family
That you
circle
work
comes
with.
to your house is
That's
a
true.
completely
He's even your
different-
boy.
He's even your age mate.
Yes. Are you alright?
No,
It's
you're right.
completely different. Like, I think it's like a. Do you know that Jade and Agustelina thing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
very,
yeah,
Of
yeah.
course,
yeah, it's
So-
very
so
different.
Now that we're back on this point, so do you think she actually liked Gus?
I think
No, I think she used him for his youthness. For his youth.
Yeah,
But she was manipulating him a lot.
100%.
right?
Yeah.
100%.
100%, yeah.
Because remember, she wanted to use him to get information. He was like her mole in the company.
in the company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
she
do you know
put
what I
him
mean?
there,
He wasn't qualified for
but
that
you can-
position.
Yeah, but you can tell, like, because of the age difference, she was kind of like.
Oh yeah, she was grooming him.
Yeah.
Exactly what I wanted to
Yeah.
hear.
I just wanted to reaffirm that point.
No, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
right
yeah.
though, because I think it was interesting that Richard set it up this way, because I think we're used to seeing it the other way.
I was about
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah,
Facts,
men
facts.
grooming
So
the
now
young
yeah,
secretary or da-da-da-da, but they switched it, and now we're
Switched
seeing it on the
it.
other way, and it's
But I don't know what it is with men. They just enjoy, like,
Older women.
yeah.
No,
They
it's
just-
not that though. Think about what he gained. Like already.
No, he was getting
He
there
has a
'cause he went and bought
position.
a nice
Bro, listen, he had a
wash.
position in a company where he wasn't qualified for. He was pretty much planted in that position. So it's like he was on a crazy salary. You can definitely tell he was making money. He had access to a lot. The company finance. So it's like, yo, what do you mean? Groom me all day long. You don't care. So it was like,
But
you know what I mean?
those things destroy you eventually.
100%.
You know?
yeah.
100%.
Psychologically
it does.
and
Because
mentally.
because it even became a thing of like, fair enough, you're saying the good things, but for him, he was doing everything just for her to let him in her house.
Approval, yeah.
It wasn't okay because I'm gonna give you this job, and he was happy about the job. Is listen,
It became
I
dark.
want it to be so. You allow me in your house, like. And to the point, he didn't even respect him because when he was talking in bed, she would say things like, "You're talking too much." Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
shush
yeah,
and just
yeah.
do your thing.
Do what you're supposed to
I think
do.
at some point he became like even a hitman. Like, do you know what I mean? It was getting dark. Like
Yeah.
this guy was starting to do jobs and stuff like that outside of the company, bro. Like it was
Gus
mad.
Tom 007.
Yeah, real
Mission
talk.
Impossible.
All right, can we touch quickly then on the colorism in the show? Because I noticed that how all the models that they normally favor
Yeah.
were light skin, and even
Yeah.
the mum who's dark skin herself,
Yep.
all her children are dark skin,
Nuts.
was like, nah, this is how we've always done
Nina
it.
changed all
da-da-da-da-da.
that. She changed all that.
Well, especially as a woman yourself, do you think beauty products sell better if it's a
Does it
light
appeal to
skin,
you more?
a light skinned girl compared to a
Appeal
dark
to me
skin?
more? Shall I tell you
Why do
something,
companies
yeah?
like light skins? Yeah.
I don't know the psychology behind that. Do you know what it is? Okay. Do you know what it is actually? I think the psychology behind that is that if a black consumer sees a light-skinned person, they can see themselves in that person to a certain extent. And if a white consumer sees themselves in a light-skinned person as well, they can still see themselves in a certain extent. If I see a white person on the brand, I know totally I don't fit there at all. If a white person sees a black person, it's automatically I don't see myself
So they
there
have to put it in
at
the
all.
middle.
So they try to put it in the middle. You're the perfect blend for the white person. You're a perfect blend. You meet the mixed criteria, and you're also in the white
Because
field.
whites wants to be tanned. Stuff like
Yes, but I think that's the way it is. To me, to be honest, I don't play too much into marketing. Like I don't like. I'm a type of person. I don't care about that type of stuff. But what I do not like is the black token people, because you can clearly tell when. And thing about being a black token person is when even a black person is used for something that doesn't fit a black person. I don't know, because I also believe there's some things that are just not for black people, and there's certain things that are just not for white people. For example, if a white person was to be promoting something like what's like a black brand, like something that's proper like black owned.
Super malt.
That's a drink that all
Yeah,
can
yeah,
drink.
anyone can drink.
Okay.
Look at the hair thingy. Which was the one that?
If
like,
a black person was
had
okay,
one-
if a white person was now promoting like let's say a comb for 4C hair,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, babe, you don't have 4C hair, like that's just marketing that's completely wrong. If that makes sense. And let's say now if a black person was promoting
Ganya.
no black people, we can use God.
Something for European hair, like straight
Yeah,
hair.
yeah.
Yeah, or like okay, for white or like even tanning beds.
Oh, yeah.
It's just very much like, okay, like what are you doing
Yeah,
here? I don't know if
okay.
that makes
So,
sense.
so like you're saying
Though I do know
representation is important.
Representation when
important.
necessary is
When
important.
necessary.
Because the thing is, when people start doing it for the sake of doing it, it starts to
doesn't
lack
work.
meaning. And it's just like, you're just doing it now to just tick a box. And I think that's what even Nina was trying to talk about. Like, okay, like I want to do this to make sure that the brand was made for black people. So we're not just doing it for the sake of were doing it, but because this is what it was actually meant for. But the mum, on the other hand, I think for her, the problem is she was trying to appeal to a certain criteria of people. And a lot of people look at black people as if we're the non-consumers, we're the like we don't have the money, but funny enough, we're actually the biggest consumers in marketing.
I was gonna say that because the black pound, I have the statistics here, even though you bully me, was worth 2.7 billion last year.
Wow.
That's just the black pound.
Jesus.
But a majority of us spend money outside black businesses, and I think even in hair, isn't it Patax? I think they're the biggest hair company,
Patax.
and have I said it correctly? You know
So
who I'm
they have
talking
a
about?
shop?
Yeah.
They're all those hair shops.
All the hair shops, yeah.
Yeah, was it
You mean
Pax?
Pax?
Yeah, that's Pax.
Oh, the green shop. Now you said Patax.
Sorry,
Pax.
Pax. They're the bigger, but yet obviously they sell a lot of products for black people, but they're not.
They're Asian.
They're Asian.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is that about us that we don't? Because I feel like it's even within us. Like even if we know there's a black hair shop down the road selling the same products, we'd rather go to Pax.
And it's like if you see an auntie set up a shop, you see another black person set up a shop exactly the same.
Right next to the next
Instead
door.
of just funding one, getting that shop to be big, and then having different branches, and you can have one and you can have one. Everyone wants to be, and even going down to even riches, everyone wants to be on top.
And that's what I wanted to say, because I think with the mum as well, I think that has a little bit of part to play in it as well. I think it's also like, I think when it comes to the business, that was her thing.
Yeah.
Remember, that was her part that she adds to that. So it's like now, like you're trying to come and change
what
I'm doing, right? And I think it had a bit of that ego part to it as well. It's like, nah, you're not. It's not going to be from you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, and this one saying, even back to that point, kudos to my sister because she made me understand that, She made me understand that not everybody is going to be a CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
But that company also needs people.
It needs a cleaner.
People, that's what I'm saying. There are people that will be in that company to push that company.
100%.
So that's back to the point of everybody wants to be
At the top.
own a business,
Yeah.
but doesn't understand what it is to own a business.
And just real quick before we round off on this one, so colours, us as men, do you think we prefer seeing lighter skinned people, black people in advertising? Do you think it has an impact on us?
I don't look into it. Me personally, I don't look into it that deep personally.
In what sense?
Like if you see Raheem Sterling advertising Gillette.
He's been advertising Gillette for I've never thought to go and buy Gillette. I can't lie to you.
But then compare it if we saw a lighter skinned guy doing it. Who would
All right, you know what? I think these concepts is different, because there are certain things that I feel like apply to the ladies, and there's certain things that apply to men. So I feel like with women, like stuff like cosmetics, like
all of that. Very, that's a thing.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like with men, that's not like, I don't wake up in the morning like, maybe up until recently, I start realizing, okay, cool, you shower gel, like I'm someone, I will use shower gel on my body, use it on my face.
Like with men, if you need it, you need it. If I don't need it, I'm not buying it.
It's not about who the model is.
Yeah. So it's like, we don't really
read into the whole market.
So I feel like for men, where we look to for most things is like we watch rappers, or he just had that trainers. I want it. So in terms of like that cosmetic kind of aspect of things, I don't feel like that's
but you could apply it with what Sukali is saying to clothing as well, though. Like if you would see like certain models model certain type of outfit, right? Would you compare to like maybe like a Central C going around wearing tracksuits, like what he's wearing right now?
I think it's also like for me, I would say first things first. When it comes to that, you have to understand yourself first, innit? Like for me.
That's true.
I know myself. I would probably be more on the wave of Central C, them man that just wear tracksuits. Because I understand like, I've got big thighs, I've got the whole skinny thing doesn't work for me.
Yeah, but
so I wouldn't wear it.
Who would influence you more, Dave or Central C?
Yeah.
Because Dave is dark skin,
the outfit.
Central C is like in a Nike tracksuit. Who would have more of an influence on you buying
Or you just look more at the design of the clothes they're wearing. You don't really care about
who's wearing it. It's just more about the design of the clothes.
Can I just quickly flip it and we can move on, But I think, like, for me, another way of marketing to also look at it is, think about it. You're going to the shop to get your girl something. Yeah? Let's say you're going to go buy her. I think it's also about who men would like to see on a product as well. Because you guys also are part of people that buy things. So the woman that will always be on marketing things is always going to be the woman who is the beauty standard, because really and truly the beauty standard comes from men. and then it's whatever men think at that time in society is beauty, if that makes sense. So at one time it was skinny women, now it's thick women, and then it's going back to skinny women. So it'll always be who men think are appealing, because you guys also go into shops and you guys will be like, okay, pick this. And another thing as well, a woman will want to pick what their man will potentially pick. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I'm hearing it.
So
That does make sense.
that's also another thing
How about
marketing.
you?
So,
Because you ain't even...
oh no, for me,
especially you.
when it comes to marketing, because I'm a marketer, I just don't play into the rules.
Okay.
Like, I
so
focus on
you look
product.
out for certain...
You're overriding this. When did you become a marketer? You know,
Anyway,
you see this guy, you are too proud, my friend.
I focus on product.
Drop your shoulders down.
I focus on product. But I can, to Maggie's point, I can see why some people may want to push lighter skin models on their products because they believe that's the beauty standard. But I think things are changing.
Yeah.
I think Rihanna came and just discombobulated the whole system with her Fenty products. Do you know what I mean?
Because
she showed that dark skin.
I thought you were talking about Riches, about it was Rihanna and Riches.
No.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
But sticking on colorism, now we're just moving quickly to racism. Because throughout the show, I noticed many different aspects of racism. There was the stop and search. When he had all this paperwork, everything was
his
calm.
car.
Oh, that's a nice car. I've had that said to me before, by the way.
Yep, same. Then there was being followed around the shop when Alicia was followed around security. And they assumed she was the worker.
Yep.
This time she was there to buy,
Exactly.
these. And even the magazine interview in the beginning, when the dad was being interviewed by the magazine, you could tell there was a bit of
undertone,
racial undertone. What? How do you think did they deal with racism well in the program? Like,
oh, you don't look at me here. What do you think?
I've spoken a lot.
I can go if you want.
You go. I want you to speak.
I like the fact that, because a lot of time, everyone. Okay, let me not say everyone. A lot of the time, especially in a work environment, I always hear the thing, playing a race card again.
Yeah.
And I loved seeing that it was visualized for people to see. I know it might not be the demographic that will watch it, but I think a lot of people that don't understand how race impacts us need to watch this show, Riches, because
they do.
Just being followed around in a shop, bro. If I go to a shop, let me tell you this, because I just went recently to Asda, When Asda did a big shop, like £120 shop,
That's a
Rich
big shop.
man.
Yeah.
Big boy.
In this climate.
One basket, innit?
That's a big shop.
One
To
basket.
me, to you
One
maybe
basket.
not, but to me it was a big shop, £120,
That's a big shop.
I know, but some people are
Riches,
too
the nigga
good
rich,
shopping.
Okay, to me, £120 is a big
standard.
shop, So I'll go do the shop now. Now, I think I needed like a security tag or something, so the woman had to come help me, right? After she helped me...
Sorry, you're doing that thing with your hand, by the way, but go on. Yes.
After she helped me, she just, after you pay, and it comes up saying, do you want a receipt? She just said no.
Yeah.
I said, Madam, I need a receipt. Because I don't feel comfortable walking out this shop with £100 worth of shopping with no receipt.
An alarm goes off.
Where's and then the guy and I started telling him, I left it at the thing. I was like, Madam, I need my receipt. Whenever I go into a high-end store, like even I go Selfridges,
which is crazy,
I feel guilty walking out without paying. I'll tell these lot might not remember this story.
Paying.
Sorry. I feel guilty.
Without walking out without a receipt.
I feel guilty walking out without buying. I feel like I'm representing my whole community.
Same.
And they feel like, see, just another one of them that's come to window shop. I once, when I think I was about 22, 23, very embarrassingly, went to Harrods, It was a black girl that was on the counter. It was the Louis Vuitton section, right? And I asked her to get me a couple of them to try on, But I didn't like them. All the ones she bought, I didn't like how they looked on my foot. She gave me, when someone gives that vibe,
I knew you weren't going to buy
anything. Do you know I bought the lubes for £630?
How did you just go from Louis Vuitton to Lubes?
No, I get it.
No, it said Louis Vuitton.
I thought
I bought the lubes just because of that pressure.
Yeah, no, same. I felt that pressure before.
But that's mad. You know me, I love these people who
This guy don't
me.
care,
I want to give it to them hot.
Security following me.
Yeah, bro. Even like sometimes, I
remember back then, you guys used to get angry all the time.
Because you know me, like because of my job, anyways, I go to like all these big offices where they have like securities just standing outside. The other day, I'm just walking. There's one standing out. He's just approaching me. I'm like, I just walked. I ignored him. I went in.
Why is he approaching you?
Like, sometimes when I'm walking, obviously maybe I'm not dressed how they usually see people. They want to like, who are you?
Yeah.
I just bruv. I just walked into the
You're
building.
antagonizing security.
Yeah.
See, I'm more prevention is better than
I was gonna say
talk
but I feel like people like you make them as what.
No, it don't. Nah, because he wouldn't do that if it was someone else.
Okay,
I've
but now
seen
that
them.
he's done it, why do you not make the situation 10 times worse? Like,
No, he should have
You're
been doing that.
antagonizing.
This guy
antagonizing. Don't
bro,
do that
I remember
to me.
you escalate things.
He does, yeah, bro. He done it for years. We go
Don't do
into
that to
shops, go to the shops, especially Tesco's, Sainsbury's.
Why
you
you
know
follow-
them security guys, they do it all the time. By the time you walk down the aisle, you turn around,
He's
the
there.
man is right there like that, trying to act like he's doing the shows. Brother, I know you're not doing the show because every single aisle you're there. This guy used to get angry. And he'll go to her, bro, I don't want to buy nothing here no more. Why you following man around? And you know what it is? And he doesn't get like, bro, I feel it too. It freaking infuriates me. But sometimes I'm just like, yo, let me just buy it and
then
just
you will
leave.
see and then you'll stand up.
Yeah.
Because
there you act guilty.
No, but I'm telling you.
Because Alicia did that, didn't she?
Who?
Yeah,
Alicia in the shop. Where, I don't know if you've seen it. So when she was in the shop,
yeah.
White customers came and they
Assumed
assumed she was a worker.
Yeah.
I
She's like,
remember
okay,
that.
you gonna get me? Can you go
Yeah,
get me?
she's like, hurry up.
size? Yeah, hurry up.
And
she's like,
then the worker actually came and was like, can we take, are you ready to go to the VIP suite for the shopping?
Then they're like,
so
oh,
she just
I'm
looked at
sorry,
them.
yeah.
And it kind of like showed that, you know what, sometimes taking the high road
It's the best road.
Rather than what
sometimes.
Uzi in that situation, what might have done. He might have just got onto them like, who do you think you are?
He would be.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Uzi would
Don't
have
do
done
that to me.
Oh,
Maybe it's
why?
fine, but I don't tolerate that. I have to tell them about
No,
this.
but you see,
you have to understand everyone is different as well.
I hear that.
That's what we always have to understand. Where I think other people that's always projecting that kind of behavior and that stereotype need to also understand there are people that will take the high road, but there's
But there's
also
the
someone that
people-
will slap you up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
just
saying.
the
And
truth
for
of the
me,
reality.
yeah,
That's
for
reality.
me, yeah, I'll be looking at myself.
But shall I tell you something?
You're here, all these men are earning 6-7 figures. You're standing outside revolving doors. Yeah, yeah. No, big man thing. And you want to come and approach me? I'll be thinking to myself, oh, I need to get myself to. Why am I harassed? Like, just let me go.
But do you know? For me, another thing is like I think people that take your road, which again you can rightfully say, I feel like you have to defend yourself. But if you know who you are, you don't have to do that. For example, Aisha, she knew like, babe, I am not a worker. The moment they
100%.
called her up, she walked past. I feel like a lot of black people, we feel like we have to. If you're truly who you are, you don't have to prove anything. You don't have to slap anybody up. What you are speaks for you.
Yeah, but, I mean, I won't slap anybody.
No, that
else,
is fact.
no.
That is fact.
So do we
That's
say then
true.
the son reacted wrong to the stop and search? Obviously, he got stopped and searched by this police officer. Who was
Yeah,
giving him a
like
hard
so-
time. And then he now went on a crusade to ruin that police officer's
No, he
life.
didn't. He was A1 for that. I think that was
Oh
brilliant.
wait, is that the officer he was researching?
Yeah, that it was research and they put a case on him.
I thought he was researching.
The girl, the girl.
No, the guy that works for the family.
Oh, the lawyer. No.
Oh,
He showed the police
and that's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's
like,
sick.
He showed him. Listen, you think you can? I'm in places of power. That's
Yeah.
how you fight.
That's
But
how
yeah,
so you
but
agree
listen,
with how
but
he dealt
you-
with
it? I agree with
Okay,
that.
but you see now we fight differently. He
Yeah.
has the money to dig up files.
But all you can do is punch
But
up.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
can
But
only
the
talk
way,
to
but
him
the
there and
way
keep
you
it
fight
moving.
just ends you up in a place that's you don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you know what I'm saying? You fight smart because he could have done this whole, but no,
and then
he's
ended himself in jail and probably even catch a case.
But
But
me,
that's
I will
the
never. I
But then
won't
the
get
two
that
wrongs
far.
make a right, because it seems like if he does go through his plan, he might ruin this guy's life, get him fired. He might have a family, lose his job.
So wait, let me ask you something. Yeah, do you think an officer like that deserves to be on the job?
no.
No.
Okay, so
But
what's
then
your
does
point?
he deserve to have his life ruined? In a
No, it's not his
sense?
life. He's just
Hold on.
not in that job.
Hold on. His life ruined. He ruined his life when he made the decisions to be linking up with traffic, with people that traffic, and to be connected
Yeah.
to people that are in legal businesses.
If it was clean.
it's not me that's ruining your life. You made the choices, and the thing is, truth always comes to light. And just because I'm the person that's lit the light, I'm not
Exactly.
wrong for that.
I hear that.
Because
So then-
remember, all he did was say, find if he's got any
Dirt.
wrong
Dirt,
dirt
yeah.
on him. Yeah, if he came back clean, there's nothing he could have
Nothing
done.
he could
If he was going out of his way now to plant something
That's
on
wrong.
him,
That's when it's wrong.
then that's wrong.
Okay.
However, like what she said, bro, nah.
And that's another thing with people like him. Good for you. Like, don't be so fast to fuss up yourself on people when you yourself got skeletons in your,
in
own
your
back.
closet.
And you
might
got to
kill someone
remember,
next
you
time.
got to remember, he was trying to get to his dad as well.
Remember,
Yeah.
he missed.
He missed-
he missed his dad's death because of
dad's
that
death.
situation,
Because
bro.
of that.
Come on, man.
There's more
That's
to it,
true.
man. Yeah.
Bro.
Well, and
Nah.
what do you think, real
He needs
quickly,
to
because we
do
do have
the
to
hot
wrap
seat,
up, what
bro.
do you think makes feds, especially you as a black woman, why do you think they target us a lot in these stop and searches and antagonize us because we're
Also,
driving
quickly,
nice
do
cars?
do women go through, like black women go through that as well?
We actually spoke about that in Malta. I
'Cause I don't know if
personally-
I've not-
I haven't, but some of the girls said they had. They have, but
okay,
I
because
think.
this is all new to me as well.
But if I'm to be fair, and people don't like my answer. I sometimes get it. Like I get like the whole thing about stop and search is again it comes down to probability. Do you get what I mean? And it's unfortunate, and I'm not saying that white people don't commit crime. 100% they do. But with black people, it's easier to identify someone that can be related to crime because they have stereotypes crime, and people that do crime in general look a certain type of way. That's not to say that all people that commit crime look a certain type of way, but majority of them do. I don't know if you get what I mean. So it's easier sometimes to just narrow down the search. I'm not saying it's right.
Okay.
And I'm not saying it's correct, but I can understand where it came from.
Yeah, but my main thing is I just feel like with this stop and search, go to all of that stuff. I just feel like there's more leeway given. There's more what's the word I'm looking? Benefit of the doubt when you're white.
But can I also say something? Yeah, and let's also we're also in a white man's country. I think sometimes we also expect
too much.
Imagine going to let's say a Nigerian comes to Uganda and there's a Nigerian and there's a Ugandan. Automatically they're gonna go in favor with who? A fellow Ugandan. You're always gonna go in favor with.
It's unconscious bias.
It's bias, and I think sometimes, and this is what I was saying even that time. Like I don't know why sometimes as black people we fight to be treated the same as white people. We are not the same. We don't even look the same. I don't know if you get what I mean. We don't even look the same. If black people, I think, were to stop sometimes is crying about like our indifferences and just say, okay, do you know what? We know we're not treated the same here, but let's do our own thing and let's create that opportunity for ourselves. Then it will be fine.
I do agree
like companies like Fair and Glory.
I do agree that we need to
come on podcast. Black people are having issues. Intimidated by it. Oh, we are gatekeeping. This is just a podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at this. What about that?
I hear what Maggie said.
I don't know. You know what?
But unfortunately, it's the landscape that we have to play with.
I know what you mean, yeah. And I know DT is very much like for my people or whatever, yeah. But sometimes, yeah, you have to look at Maggie's point, innit? Like there is some extent of truth to it, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Of course there is.
So the first thing you do, okay, cool. Us black people, we're gonna buy banging whip. What's the first thing? They're gonna go and fight, put black tints on them.
It's like even us ourselves.
You know what I'm saying? Even the ones that are got nothing to hide, black tints. Oh, I don't want that. All that is just too much, man.
But you know another thing as well, we also have bias within ourselves, and when white people have it, we get upset by it. When you see a black guy from the road with a nice car, the first thing you're gonna think is, where'd you get that from? Do you get what I mean?
Oh yeah, he's done fraud.
We have bias, and that's what I'm saying. Like we look at ourselves like this anyway.
Yeah.
So we get mad when someone else does it, and it's just like, what's the problem? Does that make sense?
I think it's more like the sibling thing, innit? We're allowed to do it, but
you're not allowed
don't get involved.
Don't
kind
get
of thing. It's not you. Don't get involved. That's what
on it. I just feel like stop and search. The police do abuse the powers.
Yeah, they do abuse
I'm not saying we are immune. Like if we need to stop and search me, cool. But once you found out everything's clean, don't start asking me how did I get this car?
Yeah.
Why do I look like that? That's where they cross the line. You know what I mean? And then when a man's getting stopped and searched 3-4 times in a week, again over policing, bro.
Yeah.
Sort that out. But sorry, we've come to the end. I just wanted to finish on this note. I don't know if you lot any clocked it, but there was a Ghana versus Nigeria jollof war in there.
I saw that.
Did you clock it?
Yeah.
And she was like, why did you put carrots in the jollof? We're not Ghanaians.
We're not Ghanaians, yeah.
So,
you're so silly, man.
No, because I saw they covered every angle. Everything was great about this production. Do you know what I mean? Do Ghanaians put carrots in their jollof rice?
Yeah,
they do. So that's how they make it stick together. That's why it's a Ghanaian jollof rice sticks together.
Oh, so what? They chopping them up, like blend it?
They blend carrots.
You can barely see it. You don't see the carrots in there,
Okay. Because I was thinking, where did that come from? Which jollof rice do you prefer, though?
She's been consuming it a lot.
Ghanaian or Nigerian?
I think I'll say Nigerian because I think Nigerians cook with long grain, innit? And then Ghanaians with basmati.
Okay.
Yeah, long grain. But
don't ask me that question, please.
No, obviously you're Nigerian.
No, he's starting to like
But this
Ghanaian
is what
jollof.
I'm saying. Why
He likes
does everything
Ghanaian
be a
jollof.
competition?
Why does it have to be a
But do you
competition?
see what I'm talking
I
about?
hear it,
Like,
I hear it.
Both jollof rices are great.
they don't say which bangers and mash is nicer, south end or east. Like
It's true.
all bangers or mash.
No, but Ghanaian is better, sorry to say. Ghanaian jollof
That's
rice is
also
better.
fine. Me, I like both.
I like both, innit? Me too, I like both.
No, but
least I got
Riches,
options.
listen, is a great
Great
show.
show.
It's on ITV.
What would
so
you
make
guys
sure you
rate
clock
out of
in
10?
9.
Same
The production, the quality
The
of the cast,
location.
the casting. You know, sometimes
The
British
acting.
actors can be a bit but the acting was A1.
Brother.
The representation, the
The
diversity.
mix of culture, even people like Shabo's music is in
Yeah.
there.
I was about to talk about the music.
The model, what's her name? Is it Jordan Dunn? The model, she's the guy that the girl that the guy was seeing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
People like Patricia Bright, like they were honored, they were mentioned.
What's her name? Is it Judy Love, the one from ITV?
No, I'm not
The
sure.
one that was presented. Oh, you haven't got to that.
You haven't got to
episode
that.
yet.
But perfect mix of culture.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Nah, man,
I'll give it
What
9
would
out
you
of
give?
10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
TT.
TT.
10, 10.
10.
10 out of 10. 9 out of 10, man.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
I'm only saying 9 out of 10 because you haven't announced whether you're releasing another season.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
And
how
we
I'm
need to
saying.
know.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
have to
Because,
know.
Okay, if that's the reason,
there
then
has
9
to
out of
be,
10,
bro.
yeah, there has to.
There's too many
It's a
loose
cliffhanger.
ends.
Too many
There's too many
cliffhangers.
loose ends, bro.
Because we don't even know. I feel like it was insinuated the mum might have, had something to do with the death, with the plant. No, I'm just saying it's insinuated. It's insinuated.
Oh yeah, because I'm already thinking that already anyway.
Yeah.
I will say.
You know.
Nothing was natural. Nothing happened naturally.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what they're
just
saying
telling you.
because they mentioned the plant and and then we have the
Hey.
secretary, the white secretary is a bit.
Oh, stop!
No, I'm not spoiling it. I'm just raising
No,
eyebrows.
I know the situation with that one. Do you remember with the white secretary?
Yeah, but we're not spoiling it.
Oh,
But we're just
man.
saying that you need to watch it because a lot of things
This
are coming
show is
out.
too
There's a lot of
sick, bro.
cliffhangers.
It's too sick.
Because you just see her in the background and you think, oh, it's just a secretary.
No,
but then you don't know.
she was already fishy from deleting people's accounts and stuff.
Yeah, something's
I'll
fishy
give
about
it-
her.
fishy.
Something
Yeah.
fishy
Going on. Yeah, what do you rate it?
Perhaps even they left a 1 million. Like
Do
that's
you know what I mean?
that's
Why are you leaving a secretary 1 million?
1
Something
million.
fishy is going on.
But I'll give it a legit 9.5. Like I don't have nothing to complain about.
Yeah,
Bro.
same.
Just the fact that
Nothing.
there
It's a
needs to
good
be a
show.
season 2.
There needs to be a
Please, we
season
need
2.
I hate when people do that. They get you interested in something and,
And
you
then
don't
they-
really
and then
care
stop.
about. Or at least let us know like the storyline, like what you
What-
plan to
what
do.
could happen?
Yeah, like let us know.
Bro,
No, great,
ITV's
so-
they got one.
If we have to
They
start
got
protests
one.
for this, we start.
We're gonna
protests.
start protests though.
Guys,
ITV
you got to
got
support
one.
this. We've been
ITV's
talking
got
about we want
one.
representation, we want diversity. ITV have delivered. So go and support it because if we don't, then they won't be making any programs like this.
Listen. Pan this camera to me right now, yeah. Pan this. Listen. Go and watch this thing. If you don't rate this thing, come for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think this show is dead, come for us, innit?
Yeah.
Come for us.
So real quick, Maggie, thanks for coming back on.
We
Obviously,
appreciate
always
you,
love
man.
having you here. Do you want to just plug
Look, we've been
your
over top,
stuff
man.
real quick?
Thank you guys for having me. You guys already know it's your girl Maggie Mayhem, your favorite. Make sure you guys check me out on all my social media accounts at Maggie Mayhem. And yeah.
Thank you.
We've been talking like we're in our living room.
In
Hey.
it. Listen, Maggie will be back as usual, but listen, hopefully you go and watch Riches. Let us know in the
Next
comments
year.
what you think about it next year.
Because you look, it's been like
yearly.
a year.
Okay.
It's
We'll
been a
sort
year.
it.
It's gonna be. Or what do you want? Quarterly or every?
Yeah, like at least twice a year. Like,
Twice
come
a
on
year.
now.
Okay, we'll pattern
We'll do
that.
for us.
We'll do that.
Please make sure you comment, subscribe, like, share everything. Thank you for watching.
Sorry, can I say something? Brenda, he just said I'm too bougie. Do you know what? Yeah.
I say you're too
God.
busy.
I'm
I didn't
too
say bougie.
busy bougie.
Busy
They
bougie.
told me, oh,
Maggie
Maggie,
takes
let me tell you,
48
let me tell you
working hours.
It was when my mother came, oh yeah, Maggie, could you come and film? I said, yeah, no problem. Okay, let's check our calendar. Yeah, in 2 months.
They done you like that.
Who did that?
You,
They done
It
you
wasn't
like that.
me.
you gave me 2 months notice.
2 months.
I
Uzi,
don't remember the
What you
conversation.
They were
saying?
fully
What?
booked
What
out
you
for
saying?
the
We're
next 2
booked and
months.
busy.
I don't remember the
We're booked
conversation.
and
But
busy.
Maggie, you know how important you are here to
I
us.
promise you, Maggie.
We will
I'm
move
not- I can't
heaven
lie
and
to you.
earth.
Maggie, I'm not gonna lie. We are booked
So-
till almost October.
No, but listen.
The
Wait,
fact that we
Maggie,
moved, we said no, Maggie must come.
Maggie, let me tell
Wow,
you something.
I'm
Let me tell you
wondering.
something. We are sorry.
Thank you.
From,
It
from
will
the
not- it will
bottom
not happen
of
again.
their hearts, they're sorry.
It will not happen again.
I was almost not sorry.
Look at him, look at him.
It's a privilege you're sitting there.
No. Yeah, man, you know that can never
Forgive
be.
us.
This is your seat.
Okay, listen,
Yeah.
peace. We're out.
Shout out Amaka, Andrea, and Obi. They're steady working, so we balling like Kobe.